Are you looking for a movie podcast with deep dives, interviews, and thoughtful film analysis?
We ain't got none of that. What do we got?
You want to hold the bucket?
Right? I'll hold the bucket, sit in the
I'll
cuff
just stand
chair.
there with my. I will never blink. I'll just be there holding the bucket.
I will
like,
never blink on her drapes, most likely. You look like a drape jizzer.
R.I.P. that sweet, sweet pussy.
It is known that Jessica Tandy had the sweetest pussy in Hollywood.
If you don't know, Google it. Don't Google Jessica Tandy's pussy, you guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. Doom Generation.
Available anywhere you find podcasts.
From the depths of imagination comes terror like no other. From experiments gone wrong, things crawling from atomic wastes, alien behemoths, prehistoric titans. Nowhere is safe when they strike without warning. Can nothing stop these forces of destruction? Science, weapons, love. You'll just have to see it to believe it. Scream, run, hide if you must. Nothing can survive the Monster Zone.
Do you like big things? I like big things. Do you like big monsters? That's my second favorite thing. Welcome to the Monster Zone.
Yes, welcome everybody. How is everybody doing today? Of course, like always, joined by the wonderful Dr. Professor Parker.
Hello. What's this show called, Dan?
We're getting there. She already did the Monster Zone thing. She said,
that's
welcome to
true.
the Monster Zone.
Yeah,
I don't want
fuck it,
to I don't want to be redundant.
Whatever. Yeah, the patrons know.
They got it. I mean, I can from now on, but I just don't want to step on her toes. So she already does it. And then my beautiful wife. Is
Not tonight.
that your best Betsy face?
Not tonight.
And of course, I'm Dan. Also, apparently, Professor Pratt. Why him?
Because that was the first name I came up
Oh, okay. That dude sucks. Anyway,
Well,
today we are, oh God, we're talking about a movie that I had actually heard of before, but only on one of my collection of like monster movie / dinosaur movie like tapes, the compilations like Hollywood Dinosaur and what was the other one? Fantastic Beasts of Hollywood, whatever. It's one of those. Anyway, we were talking about the Loch Ness Horror, which it says 1982 is when it was made, but I kept thinking I heard stuff about 1981 as well.
So it says 1981, but it was released in 1982.
So it's one of those things.
One of those movies.
Yeah,
Probably for many reasons.
Deep, dark, cold, frightening. Not to those living on its shores, but to those outsiders who threaten its world-famous secret, the Loch Ness Monster, this is a warning. There is something in these waters. And it is alive. The Loch Ness Horror.
Nessie is the greatest unsolved mystery of our time. They call her a monster.
And still they come. The curious, the thrill seekers, the scientists, the hunters who would kill for profit.
Shorty, I tell you, she's out there.
Now she is fighting back and no one is safe. At last, the world's most treasured story comes to the screen.
Yeah, I'm sure hearing that the gentleman that created this was known for making schlocky movies.
Yeah. Yep. His nickname was the Schlockmeister.
Hey, we can't all be Roger Corman, but you got to sometimes slot below that guy. All right.
Oh,
But we are mixing up the format a little bit here today because we're going to do some different stuff. So we're kind of like branching out to give different types of content. But we're going to talk about this lovely.
Sorry if you can hear that. Our cat is going crazy.
It's running along the base of the bed, like claws into the bed, scooting its back against the ground, just like.
I think it's fine. I don't hear it.
Okay.
He's having a hell of a time. I wish you could see it, but it's too bad. He's in murder mode. Like he will kill you if you.
There he went.
Yeah, he just ran in the background. People who are watching the video. Anyhow, so I guess it doesn't matter. Like, there's no real spoiler. We're just kind of like just going to discuss the film. So I'm just going to ask right off the get go. What did you guys think of this movie?
It's a big pile of hot garbage.
Oh,
this movie is not good at all. Like, there's not even redeeming factors of this. Even the performances are horrible. The accents, why did they even try? They're just so bad. There's just, yeah, I mean, we'll get deeper into it when we talk about certain scenes, but this movie's just horrendous. It's probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
that's fair.
And it's unfortunate because it's our first monster movie we've covered outside of like the 50s and the last, like, because
Forever.
Yeah, we haven't covered one outside of the 50s since the beginning of this show. So to finally be out of the 50s and to see like a modern monster movie, like, from the 80s, this was just wow. I didn't expect. I expected it to be bad, but not this bad.
I didn't know what to expect, but let's hear. What did you expect or not expect, or what did you experience? You tasted, you smelled, you felt by watching this movie.
It was a movie. That's about all I can say. There was times where I was like, "Are we watching the same movie?" Like, it was pieced together. Too many different things going on, and I couldn't keep up with who's doing what, where. And he's like, "My notes are going to be all over the place." I'm like, my brain right now is all over the place because I can't.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on.
No, you're not wrong, because I'm gonna not be too far off in that. Normally, I'm super sympathetic, and I would like to give this movie another watch. But the last 2/3 of the film are my biggest hurdle in this movie, because I kind of like understand the coherence of what's going on in like the first 2/3, except for like one scene. And then, like, after that, they just like added this, like we need to add another 30 minutes to the film. And like, they just added this extra subplot here for no reason. And I'm just like kind of struggling to get through. And the Nessie prop, it's kind of shit.
That was one of my highlights of the movie. Like, at least they tried. Like,
yeah. Absolutely.
For whatever the budget was for this movie, at least they attempted a cool looking creature that looked like what people depict as the Loch Ness monster, but it was everything else around it that was just awful.
Yeah,
and I don't like saying that about movies nowadays. Like, I feel like when we started the show, like the core show, years ago, like, we were a lot more cynical to bad movies. But now I feel, as I've watched more like quote unquote bad movies, I've appreciated at least the art behind what they were trying to do. I think this guy was trying to make a bad movie on purpose. Like, I think he went in there going, I know this is going to be bad. I'm going to make sure it's fucking terrible. This guy, Larry Buchanan, is the director, by the way, just to give a little facts on the people behind this movie. He has a nickname called the Schlockmeister. He was known for making bad movies. He wrote this movie. He produced it alongside, I'm guessing, his wife or his sister. I don't know. Jane Buchanan. And then his son, I think it was his son, is in this movie. He plays one of the main characters, Spencer Dean.
Are you serious?
Like, this guy, and then another Buchanan edited the movie. And goddamn, I hope this Randy Buchanan never edited a movie ever again, because it's some of the worst editing I've ever seen. Like, there's the editing, the acting, this movie is just awful. It's
They-
just awful.
There's and we'll fool around with this a little bit, but I'm going to give a synopsis for you guys here in just a minute. A brief synopsis. But that was one of my biggest issues with the movie is the editing, because there's literally scenes in this movie where they're just like on the dinosaur, or like people driving a boat for like way too fucking long. Like, what are you guys doing? We get it. It's the monster, whatever. And they're just taking a boat for a cruise on the weekend. Like, fantastic. Do something else.
My favorite part about watching this movie was for the first like half hour to 35 minutes, I got to watch it with my wife, and we were pretty much doing a MST3K commentary track along with the movie. And I would, if I were to watch this movie again, it would be for a commentary track. Like, we would have to get together and watch it and do a commentary, because that's the only way I feel I could enjoy this movie again, is just making fun of everything that happens in this movie. I stated before, what are we doing with the accents?
Oh my God.
Some people just give up.
Yeah.
One girl, she's trying real hard, and she's got the best one, but it's still horrendous. And then one guy is British trying to do a Scottish accent, and he just goes, what am I doing? Like, I'm just gonna be British because that's who I am.
Well, on that note, real quick, I'm just gonna give a brief synopsis of this movie. So literally, it's about, of course, Loch Ness, and it involves essentially a character named Professor Pratt that's trying to find the Loch Ness monster that nobody has ever found in like ever. And then suddenly it shows up when these couple divers he pays for go down there. It just shows up. Like, no, nobody's found it in 1,400 years. It decides to show up just this one
Nessie
day.
Is the most elusive creature in like history, but yet pops up 45 times in this movie. Just out of the blue, just pops up in the middle of the day and just goes, "Whoa," and then sinks back down to the water.
That's it.
Why does Nessie sound like a TIE fighter?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I said I have a note in here that she kills someone for the Empire. Like, and it's just like, dude, so Professor Pratt is trying to get evidence, or at least he's trying to get Nessie's egg. Yes. That's his goal. He takes Nessie's egg, and Professor George and then Spencer Dean are trying to find Nessie for good guy purposes. And then he's got who's the fucking angry, I can't remember, Scotsman that his daughter,
Jack
he's got
Stewart.
Is like lived on the Loch forever, and he's got a daughter or a granddaughter named Kathleen that hates Americans, and literally it's all these different parties trying to get stuff, and then there you go. It's these parties, and then there's a dinosaur or the Loch Ness monster, which really I don't know if it's a dinosaur because it's got like doodly bops on its head. it looks it's weird water fucking hippo alien thing. And no, that's literally what the movie's about. It's Nessie's egg gets taken. She tries to get it back. These other parties are involved. And then the military shows up at the end for no reason, and another American guy.
It's the most convoluted plot I've ever seen, because, yes, we start this movie out with an egg. Then it turns into just, I guess, trying to find Nessie. And then we also get this crazy guy who was the first person to take a picture of Nessie, but then the military gets involved for some weird reason.
Oh yeah, I forgot Stewart. Would Jack Stewart or John Stewart?
What?
Jack Stewart. He's
Jack
the guy
Stewart.
that took the picture. But then there's the fucking Scottish dude, the crazy guy that lives in the castle.
What's
he
the
have
fuck
to do
was
with
that?
anything? That's what I'm talking about.
They mention him as they go by, the first Scottish guy you see when he gives Spencer Dean the tour of the Loch.
Yeah.
He points up to that little shack up in the top there and tells the story about whoever this guy, I don't remember what is the full story behind him, but it was like this dude who had lost his mind and all that. And then this guy goes up to potentially, I'm not even going to sugarcoat, this guy goes up there to potentially rape this girl. And this crazy Scottish guy comes out of nowhere with an axe. And then the dude kills the Scottish guy and they run away, and nothing happens with that.
Did he axe the Scottish guy in the head?
Twice.
And he's like, oh.
And you're like, oh, okay. What the hell was that?
Like this armory of weapons or something like this, and like all he's got is like the head of a halberd, and he's like, or like a fireplace poker.
Like I said, I don't think Larry Buchanan had any idea what he wanted with this movie.
No.
If they just focused on the egg And the fact that Nessie is coming back for her egg and trying to find her egg, that would have been a way better story. But the fact that he was trying to fucking squeeze in like 2 or 3 more subplots, and then by the end you're like, oh shit, yeah, this is about an egg.
Yeah, and then like 2/3 of the way through the movie, you have Professor Pratt, the bad guy, like, oh, he's one of those dudes like they called me crazy. Listen, you want a better crazy scientist tries to prove his shit's real? Fucking watch Terror of Mechagodzilla. Way better fucking story. And it's also got a giant fish monster in it too. But anyway, not Godzilla. Anyway, so he's like, I'll prove them all wrong, blah, 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 and then I'll prove them with the egg. And he hires these 2 goons, and one dude that gets killed like in the first 5 minutes, and the other dude dies 15 minutes later when he gets dragged into the water in his fucking sleeping bag because he didn't want to zip the damn thing. And the whole time the professor's like, I'm going to hide in my Volkswagen microbus. It'll never get me in here.
He's just standing there. He's just in there like, sorry, buddy.
Tough
I can't
shit.
do anything. See you later. As the dude's like in his
you.
sleeping bag, like, I can't just squirm out of this.
Yeah.
Gets dragged into the water.
Right before the guy dies, gets pulled into right before he gets pulled in the log, he's like, Nessie, you're a dick. Just
Makes those noises.
Yeah, that's the exact noises. What's better than the TIE fighter noises?
Oh my god. I thought I was hearing things when I first heard Nessie do the roar, and then it's the scene when the couple gets attacked in the raft.
Yeah.
And that's when you get the full TIE fighter effect. You're like, wow. This is wow.
What about when Nessie, like these 2 military guards are there, and Nessie uses fucking telekinesis, or no, kills these. No, hold on, I gotta reword this. Kills these 2 guards without touching them with fucking mind bullets. That's telekinesis, Kyle. And then like they just vanish. Like he goes in for the kill.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, and they're gone. And then Professor Pratt. It looks like a dog with a chew toy because it's like way too long of a scene. Chewing on his shoulder a little bit, nibbling on his ear a little bit, nibbling on his head a little bit, and he just kind of like falls over. And there's like almost no blood. And dude, his revolver jams. He's like, like revolvers. He's like hitting. Like they don't do that.
How many rounds from these M16s just don't hit Nessie? Is Nessie bulletproof? Like
she has to be.
I mean,
dude, this movie.
I'm just looking at her again.
It's one of those things where I was excited when we rolled this movie. Had no idea what it was. I just didn't expect it to turn out the way it did. It's just so unbelievably convoluted and just plain bad. Like there's no redeeming factors in this movie.
Why does he cough up blood? He's like he had a gusher in his mouth. Like, dude, he's chewing on your jacket slightly. It's fine.
Why does Nessie have steam coming out of its mouth?
Okay, some shots of that I thought were neat. Like at night when it like roars, because it would be cold in theory.
Yeah, if I'm going through like Universal Studios on the Loch Ness monster ride.
But there's also a shot of Nessie just like broad daylight, just taking a stroll through the woods. Like, hey, what's going on?
This is supposed to be a scary monster in a lake.
They showed the same scene twice in a row.
Yeah.
When dude's driving through the forest in his microbus.
Yeah.
They show it, and it's the same thing. And you just see her.
Yep.
Like, okay.
Baby elephant walk.
One of those dinosaurs from that dinosaur park with the really bad renditions of dinosaurs. Yeah. That's what she is.
I thought it looked like the Sinclair dinosaur. Like that's what it looks like. Sinclair gas stations for people who have those.
Yeah.
It looks fucking terrible, dude. I'm sorry. Listen, I that is probably the best part of the movie is the Nessie prop. And like most of these characters, like we haven't really talked about. We should mention, I guess, really briefly, just to give them a fair shake. Professor George is a researcher on the lake that's also studying Nessie. What was his name? Fucking Dean, American
Spencer
dude.
Dean.
Spencer Dean is an American dude that is completely out of touch with everything. Just shows up randomly and has like he's apparently a scientist too, but has like some special sonar equipment. He's whatever. And then there's
this is very much Jaws
or Gorgo.
Sure. Like
Gorgo is a shitty movie, but it's better than this. Because Gorgo's baby gets captured.
I mean, I guarantee you there's a lot of things better than this. Like, I don't want to sit here and just shit on this movie the whole time, but there is nothing good about it other than, like we said, the Nessie prop looks decent. And the only other thing I want to point out is the fucking theatrical poster for this movie is awesome.
Yes, we were talking about trying to find
awesome. I remember looking this movie up when we selected it, and I went, "Oh man, that looks cool." But I should have known better because posters always do that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to mention the fact that we're also the reason the military shows up is because they found a Nazi plane at the bottom of the loch. Okay, there's another subplot for you guys.
It's right at the beginning.
Nowhere.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a lot of subplots that literally go and hit a wall, and then that's about it.
So the Nazi plane. Here's the payoff of the Nazi plane. It's right in the beginning. The beginning of the movie has a really short snippet of 1940. It's a Nazi plane that is carrying mines that they were supposed to put in a shipping lane to restrict supplies coming into the UK. So they could eventually take over the city of Great Britain. But the plane goes down in the loch, but it just happens to go down right outside Nessie's hideout, and that's like the catalyst of killing Nessie at the end of the movie, which was fucking weird, mind you. I'm just gonna spoil the ending. They find another American dude for no reason at like 15 minutes left of the fucking movie. Like, we're like deep in the 8th inning, and he's apparently it's illegal to make spear and scuba fishing equipment in fucking Scotland, which I did not know was a thing. But he makes explosives, and they rally him in, and they're like, "Listen, we need you to blow up this Luftwaffe plane that's wrecked." And mind you, the corpses are not decomposed; they're just dudes in a downed plane that are not decomposed and don't really have any makeup on them. But anyway, so it's near Nessie's hideout, and he uses his explosives to try to blow it up, and Nessie attacks him. He's like, Nessie's like, "I got you, fucker," and then the plane blows up anyway. It kills Nessie. Dude, the movie should have listen. Outside of the movie not existing, we can just completely overlook that. But like, this movie should have ended 30 minutes before it did.
This movie was an hour in like what? Oh, it was over an hour and a half.
It was, yeah.
It should have been an hour 10.
God,
15.
yeah. You probably spent a lot of time cutting out those long shots.
Exactly. That was my biggest complaint, other than the 7,000 other complaints I have about this movie. Is yes, Dan talks about it earlier. There's no joke a scene where Spencer Dean and his cool boat goes out with the other guy. I think his name is George Sanderson. Is that
Professor George?
Professor? And it's just jump cuts of the boat driving around the lake for felt like an hour and a half. I'm just sitting there going, boat, sky, plane, boat, sky, boat again. But and the thing is, it's not even like a fluent, like the boat is just driving. It cuts. It's like the boat goes and then it cuts and the boat's going in like a different direction. I'm like, what is happening right now?
I wouldn't be surprised if. Oh, go ahead.
There's scenes where two characters literally meet each other. I think it was Spencer Dean and George Sanderson when they meet each other for the first time. And I swear to God, they don't say anything to each other for like 10 seconds. They just stare at each other. It's like they don't remember their lines, and then they both reach their hands out to shake their hand, and I'm like, what is going on?
So that's not my favorite one. My favorite one is the use of some of the dialogue in this movie. At one point, now I've never heard this term, so please, anybody listening, watching this, please tell me I'm wrong. Spencer Dean refers to them people wanting to capture Nessie to make a fast buck. I've never heard it called that way, like make money quickly. I was quick buck, so it's to make a quick buck. Like, I've never heard fast buck, and that may be, this was made in the early 80s. And the other thing,
it was also written by someone who definitely did not know how to write a movie. So
no, that too. But there's also a scene later where Spencer meets Kathleen. Kathleen hates Yanks, apparently, and this is pretty much due to her grandfather.
Here's another line before you continue.
Oh, please.
Jack Stewart says to Kathleen when she first shows up, "Hey, this is Spencer Dean. He's a Yank he's a Yankee from Yank or something, or he's a Yankee who's a Yank." And I went, "Why did you say it like that? Why did you say that? Just say he's a Yankee or a Yank." And then she walks up and goes, "So I hear you Americans like to go to cinemas like 3 times a week, and also like to look at magazines with naked ladies. And he just, I just love the response. He just goes, "Yep," and she goes,
Yep.
and just storms off. And you're like, you asked the question,
dude. That would lie. Like, who the fuck wrote this exchange? And like, I get that her dad is like set shit, or her grandfather set shit up for her to like have some like disdain towards Americans for some reason. I'm not 100% sure why, but that line, the whole delivery and reception makes no sense. And then when they meet later, they have almost no interaction after this. And literally like 40 more minutes into the movie, or maybe not that long, like 30 more minutes into the movie, they have like the introduction, like on the boat, and he's just an absolute asshole to her.
Oh, he's trying to get with her. And she's like, dude, pretty much give it all the reasons why she's not going to do anything. She's like, you don't do things till you're married. And, and then his weird thing is he wants to see her in a dress. He's like, do you own any dresses? I'm like, who the fuck asked that question? The fuck is wrong with this guy?
That it also comes from the era of moms telling their girls if guys are mean to them that they like them. So that's
Well, another thing it's said is when,
which is not how it works.
Is when George meets I cannot remember this guy. I keep talking about Spencer for the first time. He's like, I wasn't expecting some like this kind of work from a Yank. And he's like, well, I don't know about Yankee, but you'll just have to deal with somebody from Texas. And I think this is the perception that, of course, in the United States, a Yankee is a Northerner.
Yeah.
Damn Yankees.
Yeah, I'm referred to as a damn Yankee. I've been called that before living here. But I think all Americans are just Yankees to the UK and such. I think that's just how it works. I think that was like I don't know if that was meant to like, oh, that's clever, like misinterpretation of like, cultural differences, or it was just really bad writing. It's probably the latter. But
I mean, he's par for the course at this point.
Oh no, absolutely. No, I agree. I don't know. I think the movie should end. Go ahead.
There's also these weird dialogue moments where, like, for instance, Kathleen and Spencer are on the boat and Spencer's talking to her, but instead of focusing on them, it just pans out and just shows the boat, and you don't even see them in the frame, but you're still hearing the dialogue between them. You're like, who's Robert Ebinger, the cinematographer? What the fuck are you doing? You should have said to the director, what are we shooting right now? Like, what is happening? These people are talking to each other. We should be focused on them, but instead we're focused on the boat, and we don't even see them anymore.
No, he fell asleep while
he did.
Probably.
Oh my god!
Going.
Oh, one of my favorite cinematography shots. This is, mind you, this is right before the dude gets dragged into the loch at night. It literally shows blatant as day, like shots of Nessie during the day, and then instantly it's her at night. Crawling onto the beach to pull the dude in the sleeping bag into the water. I was like, I'm sorry. When did this transition happen? Where's nothing in between? It's only one shot day, next shot dark. Still focused on Nessie. It's wild.
I thought it's almost like somebody turned the lights out, literally, because it was daytime. I was like, well, when did it get nighttime?
Do you remember that blue filter effect in Cruel Jaws?
There's a little bit of that in this movie.
Well, Larry Buchanan was infamous for that. Like, I guess he used it in like all of his films instead of, it's because it saved money of having to wait till nighttime to shoot night shots. You just throw a fucking blue goo filter in front of it. It's nighttime, guys. You're like, no, it's not.
It'd be like, what, the Godzilla movie where the guy's out on the boat and he's wearing sunglasses. I was like, I thought it's supposed to be nighttime and you're wearing sunglasses?
Was it? It's what a beautiful night. You two should be talking about love. And this is like after he got attacked by a monkey man and he gets shot over the side of the boat. But anyway, my favorite Godzilla movie, and that was literally just about to bring that up, because I was like, I give that movie a pass because it's my favorite, and it's also 6 years older than this movie. Or sorry, 7 to 8 years older than this movie.
I'd go back and watch that.
Oh God, fuck yeah, dude!
Like, I'm never watching this again.
No,
he wants to watch it again.
I do to give it a fair shake, but like I don't want to watch the last 30 minutes, because when Professor Pratt dies, and which he, by the way, he kidnaps Kathleen like randomly, like in a really fucking creepy fashion, and like this fucking animal should just used its mind powers to kill everybody like it just did, and then Kathleen should be like, oh shit, here's the egg. and then the dinosaur take the egg, and then
And the one scene where the egg looks like a piece of candy.
it does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
But like, she should have just ran out, gave it the egg, and then all would have been good. But no, we have to attack on another 30 minutes of this movie. She fucking runs off with the egg. She takes the damn thing.
No, bye.
Why?
I laughed out loud when the couple gets attacked on the raft
Mm-hmm.
and the boyfriend dies and the girlfriend, runs screaming to the group, and you have Sanderson, who's really, he's like, get a blanket for her, blah, 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 to warm her up. And then you have the one other lady who is like always very just like, I agree, Professor, I would do the same thing. And that's how she would talk the whole time. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Okay. But there's this random dude who's part of the group who just comes up. He's like, yeah, so I bet that he just wanted to split on you. So yeah, I knew you guys were having problems. So he probably just split on you. And Sanderson goes, the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like,
Yeah.
she's freezing you.
So mind
And then
you,
he
this
just
group-
disappears and you never see this guy again.
But this isn't too far. This group you're talking about is literally a group of bikers that are all seem to be American in Scotland that just appear at some point in the movie. And outside of, Professor George doing some seminar about the Loch Ness to do another lore dump, because there's multiple lore dumps on Nessie in this fucking movie, another lore dump, there's no reason for them to be in this movie, because these are the group that goes off into the castle with the crazy man with the battle axe that you hear about at the beginning of the movie that has no payoff to anything. Outside of when he dies, Nessie gets pissed. Well, she's already mad about the egg.
Yeah,
How's this?
it's like he's the protector or something. I don't know. Again, this movie doesn't explain anything, so it doesn't matter. I consider the crazy guy up in the shack a hero, along with all of the other people that weren't in that tent, because that dude is trying to sexually assault this girl. Like, she 100% does not put off that she wants any of this from this dude, and he is constantly like, oh, come on, you want it, I'm like, what? This is just feels so out of place for this movie. And then the fact that like that same thing happens later, and then the crazy dude with the axe comes out, and you're supposed to be like, oh, he's the bad guy. It's like, no, the fucking dude, like the other guy's the bad guy. Like, he got away with almost doing something horrible, and then he kills the dude. I understand that he comes swinging, but I don't know.
Where Nessie like murks him.
Yeah,
I don't know. This movie's all over the place. It's so disjointed.
It also ends with the fact that like Jack Stewart knows exactly what was going on with the plane, and then the fact in the beginning when they go down and find the plane, the pilot is still intact with skin.
Yeah, no makeup, no prosthetics, nothing.
Yeah, it's only been 40 years. It's only been 40 years. The fuck is this movie? That's all I gotta say.
So yeah, because I didn't mention this part because they talk about the plane, right? The last 30 minutes of this movie, we talked about some of the ins and outs about finding the other American.
Oh, I was in and out. I don't even know what the fuck happened at the end. Like, I think I might have looked at my phone for 5 minutes straight and still looked up and still, like, it's so incomprehensible what happens in this movie.
The movie starts with the egg being stolen, and like I said, it should have ended when when Nessie killed the dude. She should have returned the egg and have been over. No, we get this subplot with the military that gets brought up earlier at the very beginning of the movie, or toward the beginning of the movie. The subplot with the military, where the dude that comes in is a commanding that used to be in the military with that Jack Stewart dude, and Jack Stewart knew exactly what was in that plane, and the other dude, military dude, is essentially some political ties. And it's all people looking good for politics. He just wants to blow up the plane because he was a dumbass when he was younger, and the plane got through because he was negligent and intoxicated. And that would ruin his political career. So all this is completely moot. It's just an excuse to have 30 extra minutes of the movie that have to do with political intrigue that makes no sense in this film. It should have been an hour long and ended when he died. Just give the egg back. That should have been the end.
Yep.
And then Nessie wouldn't have had to blow up. She would have got her baby, and we still would have got her to see her kill people with mind bullets. So,
yeah, I think I'm done talking about this movie. Like, I feel like it's just gonna. There's nothing. I feel like there's nothing left. We've ripped every piece of meat off the bone, and as I don't like being like this when it comes to talking about a movie, but when it's a movie like this, it deserves to be talked about in this way. This movie is an utter pile of garbage. and I do not recommend anyone watch it. The only reason I gave it a 1 star on Letterboxd was because it was enjoyable to do an MST3K style commentary on it. And I feel that is the only way I would rewatch this movie is if we got together, got some drinks in us, and did a commentary track on this movie and just laughed and made fun of everything that happens, because it is, and that's the thing is it's like, yeah, I did laugh at a lot of things that happen in the movie, but to be honest, it's not even like a good, bad movie. Like I've seen so many good, bad movies where you know it's bad, but you're still having so much fun with it. This movie is just bad. Like just straight up bad.
Well, at the end of I want to point this out too. There's no real gore in this movie. There's barely any blood. There's no boobies. There's barely any language. So you're not watching for that. So there's really not much redeeming factor to this film for me. Because at least if it's schlock, you could have had a cool gore or something. But yeah, honestly, like I agree with Parker. Like unless you're just absolutely curious, I do not recommend watching it either. But if you want to, it is free on YouTube.
In a awful VHS rip. So there you go.
Like I mean, the quality doesn't make it better.
No, it sure doesn't.
How on the other, and it was
a daytime movie. It was well, you know, when they used to have like the TV personalities like Dr. Lupo and like Sven Gulli and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They had like one of those, but it was like, was it Commander USA? It had to be a regional one. I've never heard of him before, but it was for the movie, and I was like, I don't know what's in this movie. I don't want to watch it here because they could cut certain things out.
We watched maybe 5 minutes of it, and the first part, he had a face on his hand, and it went pee. He
behind
like
a wall.
puts it behind a wall,
so it can go to the bathroom.
And I was like, I don't think we're gonna.
No idea. But I will say if you watch the YouTube cut. If you watch it, you can fast forward to the end, and there's 2 trailers for movies that look comparably as bad, but more entertaining than this film. So,
it doesn't take much.
Oh, God. I don't know, guys. This is probably the worst movie we've ever covered on any of our shows.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely does not get the seal of approval.
It surpasses Cruel Jaws. I would rather watch Cruel Jaws 100 times over than this. So... this is I do not recommend it. Please let us know, our wonderful patrons at the $5 tier. We have thank you to I gotta look here. I hate that it doesn't. Can you not?
Come on, Parker, whip it out.
I need it filtered. Okay. All right. Thank you, Billy Joseph Jr., Andrew Shoding, Jason Flicks and Friends podcast, and now our newest $5 patron, Corey Morissette. Welcome to the Patreon, and we hope you enjoy your. Sorry that your first Monster Zone episode since becoming a patron is literally on one of the worst movies we've ever seen. But I hope you enjoy the absolute hate we had for it, and thank you for becoming a $5 patron.
Yes, thank you very much. And before we wrap it up, I'm assuming we do. Does anybody else have any closing thoughts?
No, I just want to stop talking about this movie.
Okay, cool. This is great because I will not say this is the worst movie I've ever seen because Monos: The Hands of Fate was the worst movie I've ever seen so far.
We didn't even make it 10 minutes into that one.
No. But I do want to say thank you very much for everybody that tuned in and listened to this, and like Parker did with all of our patrons and everything. And if this does end up on the free feed for whatever fucking reason, thank you to any of y'all folks that listen.
I don't think Parker wants to torture him like that.
Oh my God, that'd be brutal. Anywho, we will be back next month with another new episode. But until then, this was Mr. Dr. Professor Parker. My lovely wife Angela, and then me.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye.
All right, Paul. So I think it's time we, made a trailer.
Do we have to?
Like, people keep asking, so we're gonna deliver.
Well, what are we supposed to do in this damn trailer?
We're just gonna talk about shit we do here. We theme our months, right? Like, what do we?
I mean, I know we've done stuff like musicals and animation month and creature features, all sorts of stuff, but is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's something kind of like that. That I'm probably going to sit there and tell people, we're on all social medias. We're on the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and it's all under Flicks and Friends podcast.
Yeah, I guess so, if they're not tired of hearing that by now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that'll work. Should we press record?
Yeah, let's press record right now.